The Blue Jackets take on the Sabres, 7 p.m. Eastern Star Time. Columbus is minus 120, totals 5.5. We went 4-2 in our 6 premium sports picks on BrockPage.com yesterday. And if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on this channel that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website at BrockPage.com. We're 10-4 in our last 14 college basketball tier package picks on that website. And the good news is we have another college basketball tier package pick going off here today. We're also 15-2 with a push in our last 18 extra daily picks on that very same website. And if you want to access today's extra daily pick, it's only going to cost you just $2.99. We currently have over 975 members who are signed up and active on that site. And if you find yourself really enjoying this video here today, please feel free to give it a thumbs up by smashing that like button. And if you want to connect with me on a daily basis, please feel free to hit that subscribe button and join the Brock Page family as well. Now, Joonas Korpisalo is the expected goaltender for Columbus, Aaron Dell for Buffalo. And despite a pretty rough patch of games here recently, the Sabres do still have a winning record at home. They're 5-3 with an overtime loss at the KeyBank Center. The Sabres lead the NHL in second period scoring per game. They're also in the top 10 in third period scoring at home. Tage Thompson has 6 goals thus far in the season, 11 total points for the right winger. Meanwhile, Rasmus Asplund he's got 5 goals thus far in the year himself, 11 total points for Asplund. Now they're taking on a Columbus team who dropped 3 out of their last 5, and they rank in the bottom 5 in road scoring. The Blue Jackets are also allowing nearly 37 shots on goal a game when traveling. Joonas Korpisalo is just 2-3 thus far in the season, with a .355 goals against average, .897 save percentage. Now, total-wise, Columbus is 60% to the under for the entire season. Meanwhile, Buffalo is 5-4 to the under on their home ice. I'm going to lean toward Buffalo plus $1, under 5.5. Next game, Ducks, Predators, 8 o'clock Eastern Star Time. Nashville's minus 135, totals 5.5. UC Saros for Nashville, John Gibson for Anaheim. Johnny G's 9-3 on the season, .231 goals against average, .926 save percentage. The Ducks have won 8 out of their last 9 games. Top 10 in the NHL in scoring. Troy Terry's got 12 goals thus far in the season, 22 total points for the center. Terry's actually in the top 5 in the NHL in both of those categories. Meanwhile, Ryan Getzlaf has 18 assists on the season himself. He's second in the league in that category. They're taking on a Nashville club who's really struggling to put the puck on net. They're currently averaging just 27 shots on goal a game. The Preds are also in the bottom 3 in the NHL in home scoring. Now, total-wise, the Preds are 6-1 to the under at the Bridgestone Arena. They're also 10-7 to the under for the entire season. I'm going to lean toward Anaheim plus $1.15, under 5.5. Next contest, Golden Knights, Blues, 8 o'clock Eastern puck drop. St. Louis is minus 150, totals 5.5. Jordan Binnington for St. Louis, Robin Lehner for Vegas. Lehner's got 8 wins on the season, along with a .286 goals against average. The 30-year-old netminder also has himself a .917 save percentage. The Knights have won 7 out of their last 9 contests, and they're in the top 10 in fewest road goals allowed. Meanwhile, offensively, Vegas is in the top 10 in scoring on average per game. Jonathan Marchessault has 9 goals on the year, 13 total points for Johnny. Meanwhile, Chandler Stevenson has 11 assists and 16 total points on the year himself. They're taking on a St. Louis team who lost 5 out of their last 6, and they rank in the bottom 10 in second period scoring at home. Now, defensively, the Blues are also in the bottom 10 in second period goals allowed at home as well. Now, injury-wise, Bortuzzo is out. McCullough is questionable. Meanwhile, for Vegas, Pacioretty and Carlson are both still out for them. Now, total-wise, Vegas is 8-1 to the under in their last 9 meetings with a Central Division opponent. So if you're into historical trends, certainly consider that particular nugget of information. Meanwhile, the Blues went 70% to the under in their last 10 outings themselves. I'm going to lean toward Vegas plus $1.25, under 5.5. Next matchup, Penguins, Jets, 8:30 p.m. East. Winnipeg's minus 120, totals 5.5. Connor Hellebucks for the Jets, Tristan Jarry for Pittsburgh. The Penguins have dropped 5 out of their last 8 contests, losing record on the road this year as well. The Pens are currently in the bottom 10 in the NHL in second period scoring. Meanwhile, defensively, they're also in the bottom 10 in third period goals allowed. They're taking on a Winnipeg club who's 7-1 with an overtime loss at home this year. The Jets are currently in the top 10 in fewest home goals allowed. Connor Hellebucks 6-2 with a .262 goals against average, .918 save percentage. Meanwhile, offensively, Kyle Connor has 12 goals and 22 total points. The Jets are currently in the top 5 in home scoring. And when it comes to the total in this one, Winnipeg's 5-4 to the over at home. Meanwhile, the Penguins are 5-2 to the over when traveling. I'm going to lean toward Winnipeg minus 120, over 5.5. Next contest, Senators, Avalanche, 8:30 Eastern start time. Colorado's minus 320, total 6. Darcy Kemper for Colorado, Philip Gustafson for Ottawa. Gustafson's got the W in just 3 of 6 starts. 3-0 goals against average for the netminder. The Senators have also lost 4 of 5 on the road. And they allow 36 shots on goal a game when traveling. The Sens are also scoring fewer goals per contest on the road than any other team in hockey. They're taking on a Colorado club who's on a 4-game winning streak, top 5 in the NHL in goals allowed per contest. Darcy Kemper's 8-4 with a .259 goals against average, .915 save percentage. Defensemen Eric Johnson and Devin Tays are both +7 when they're on the ice. Now, total-wise, Ottawa's 4-1 to the under when traveling this year, 67% to the under for the entire season. I'm going to lean toward Colorado minus 1.5, under 6 goals. Next and final matchup, Canes, Sharks, 10:30 p.m. Eastern start time. The Carolina Hurricanes are minus 160, totals 5.5. Antti Ranta for the Canes, James Reimer for San Jose. Despite some really good numbers out of Reimer, the Sharks have lost 6 out of their last 8 games. San Jose's averaging just 28 shots on goal a game. They're also in the bottom 3 in home scoring. They're taking on a 14-2 Carolina team who's won 8 of 9 when traveling. The Canes are in the top 5 in road scoring, and they're led by Andrei Svechnikov, who's a +11, and he also has 19 total points on the season. And speaking of plus-minus, Tony DeAngelo is a +12 when he's on a shift. Now, defensively, the Canes are in the top 3 in fewest road goals allowed. Antti Ranta won his last 2 starts, .227 goals against average, .906 save percentage. When it comes to the total in this one, Carolina 63% to the under for the entire season. San Jose's 11-6 to the under themselves. Give me Carolina minus 160, under 5.5. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are 10-4 in our last 14 college basketball tier package picks. I like Buffalo plus $1, under 5.5. Anaheim plus $1.15, under 5.5. Vegas Golden Knights plus $1.25, under 5.5. Winnipeg minus 120, over 5.5 goals. Colorado minus 1.5, under 6. And before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that we are 10-4 in our last 14 college basketball tier package picks on brockpage.com. We're also 15-2 with a push in our last 18 extra daily picks on that very same website. I'm going to lean toward Carolina minus 160, under 5.5. And with that, guys, now it's time for our shout out of the day. And that's going to go to Willow Dragon Jesse, who said earlier today, very nice. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on BrockPage.com. If you guys end up getting a membership here today on that website, just keep in mind you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on BrockPage.com, you are going to get access to that content all the way through the end of November. I do always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Monday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at BrockPage.com.